Hello everyone, my name is Ninda Syafa Ainun with student number 034. In this video, I'm going to discuss a novel entitled The Vanishing Half. So again, the title of the novel which I will discuss is The Vanishing Half. It is written by Brick Bennett and the genre of the novel is historical, family saga and mystery. Here I'm going to discuss the interesting things about the novel. Overall, I'm interested in the context of the novel that mainly discusses racial identity and bigotry. The main characters are the twins, namely Desiree and Stella. They had to struggle to live in a small town called Mallard. They had miserable lives since childhood, and when they grew up, they decided to leave the town to get a better life. However, life became more pitiful when they faced the real world. The twins had to experience discrimination since they were still part of black people, even though they were not that black. They were light-skinned blacks. They were hardly getting a proper job because people didn't want to hire black people. One of the twins had to hide her real identity so that she could get a proper job and build a new family. This novel is very recommended to read because it makes me open a new perspective in viewing the world, particularly the history of Americans in the half century from the 1940s until the 1990s, where black people were considered inferior. What issues in the novel that is relevant to today's situation? Basically, based on the novel that I have read, race discrimination is the main issues that relevant to today's situation. I believe we all know that until today, race discriminations still happens in our society. We sometimes make prejudice toward people who have darker skin than us. I also still find many black people are having difficult times when they look for a job. Many factories, offices, or any other workplaces rarely hire black people as their employees only because the skin color they have is black. We cannot forever live like this. It is unfair for them. Remember, they all are human like us. Just because they have darker skin, it doesn't mean we have to treat them differently. In this part, I choose setting as the most specific element. When we start to analyze a novel or a story, one of the most significant elements we have to understand is the setting, because the setting is the key to the whole story itself. It can be physical environments such as a house, a street, a city, or a country. Or it could be involve the time of the story like hour, year, and century. So, in this novel, The Vanishing Half, setting plays an important role in developing the story. Through the setting, we can find how the characters are developed, so both setting and character will reveal each other. Besides, it reveals the beliefs and assumptions of the characters. The setting in the novel, entitled The Vanishing Half, also becomes the symbol of the story, or in another word, it is the key to the whole story itself. By analyzing the setting, we can know the meaning or the theme of the story, and every place, time, and situation that happens in the story has its purpose. Let's move to the next part of the video. In the novel, entitled The Vanishing Half by Brick Bennett, the author describes the setting as the most significant element of the story. The story is about the twins who decided to run away from their hometown on August 14, 1954 because they believed life was too unfair for them. The town was called Mallard, where it was located in Louisiana. Mallard was a small town in which it didn't appear on the map. The town is not only small but seemed to be more isolated. The story happened in the historical era when race discrimination began to arise in American society. Mallard is the symbol of race discrimination since the town was only filled with light-skinned blacks. Mallard never accepted dark-skinned blacks, so as a result, the town was becoming lighter and lighter. Nevertheless, being light-skinned blacks didn't guarantee that life would be safer. Desiree's and Stella's father were attacked by white men, so it made both Desiree and Stella didn't want to live in this cruel city. They were only 16 when they fled away to New Orleans. We can assume that the setting can build the mood of the story, and the mood of the story is hopeless, miserable, and lonesome. After a year leaving Mallard, the twins live scattered. They no longer shared the same destiny. As a result of her desperate life, Desiree married with dark men and gave birth to a dark daughter, where, years later, when she came to Mallard, her daughter had to experience bullying because of her dark skin color. On the other hand, Stella married a white man and passing her life as white. Even though she never showed her true identity, soon her daughter would know the fact that Stella was part of black people. So it can be analyzed that the characters and settings will reveal each other. We can also know the motives of the characters through analyzing the setting. That's all from me, and thanks for watching my video. See you in the next occasion.